Eagles fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on them. Drop the facts on them. Spur King, baby. Let's get it on.
Hey fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to another edition of Eagles Talk. Not upon further review, because we talked about last week's game. We did all that talking. We're going to get ready for the Washington Commanders on Monday, but we started a conversation on Sunday that everybody voted that we needed to dedicate more time to, and we're going to embark on that, continue that debate. Who would win between the 2017 Super Bowl champion Eagles and this year's undefeated Eagles? We're going to get to that. But first, let me bring my co-hosts into the mix. Pat and Nichelle, how's it going, people? What's going on?
What up?
What up?
What up? Yo, all right, I got a question, because what's in the news this week, or what I heard actually talking about today, was, they let our guy go. They didn't let him go. They fired him. They fired Frank Reich. Frank Reich's out of there, right? And
you mean our ex guy?
Yeah, our ex guy. They let our ex guy go.
Mm-hmm.
And Elliott Shore-Parks said that the Eagles had a decision to make on whether to bring him into the building. Now I'm gonna ask you guys. I'm gonna start the quarter first, but you know what the question's going to be. You know what the question's coming. But I'm gonna wait. It's a question. I got a question. Yes, you talk about questions. But first, let me welcome you guys to Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around, that's by Eagles fans, for Eagles fans. And right here, this right here, we like to talk about our favorite football team, and we like to do so in such a relaxed and social manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. So I am still on my sobriety month, so I'm not doing shots. I'm going to sip on this Heineken 0.0, like nothing's in here. Nothing. It's a 0.0. So I'm going to sip on that. Pat is doing not the Jameson, because he's all out. He says some strange people
Uncle
comes in his
Near,
house.
so Pat is not trying to get up tomorrow.
Yeah, Pat,
you're
off
tomorrow.
Okay, I'm about to say, it's Veterans Day tomorrow, right? You don't have to work. I'm about to say, because
he's like,
that's the 100 proof. That's the 100 proof, right?
Yeah, man.
That's
Pat
you're not
started.
Yeah.
Okay.
1856 right there, baby.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere tonight.
I
All right,
got
Nichelle's doing
cafe.
the cafe.
I'm only doing 2 of these, though.
All right, she's only doing 2 tonight.
I'm
All right, so you guys, let me know. Get your shot in, because it's going to be a heated debate now. Get your shot in. All right, so everybody, to our Philadelphia Eagles, undefeated 8-0, down the hatch, 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the first quarter.
All right, so yeah, Frank there, he didn't make it. Damn it, wow. He didn't make it. They cut his ass. They fired him. He didn't make it. So Elliott Shore-Parks posted on Twitter yesterday and said the Eagles have a decision. Well, do they? I don't know. So the decision is, should they hire Frank Reich? Everybody out there,
to do what?
Guys,
though?
Jump in.
That's my question. I know Nick says I always will consult with him. What is he going to come in for a consultant? Is he going to take somebody's position? Like, what exactly are you envisioning Frank Reich taking over for the Eagles? Because it's not Nick's job. So is it
No,
OC?
it's not
What I mean, do you think he's not going to get another head coaching job? Let's just start there.
Yeah, possibly so. But
like, he may come in for the season, but he would only be here for the rest of the season, because I'm sure, he would get some looks for a head coaching job. Because if you look at how it went down with Frank and Indy, a lot of that stuff had to do with the GM and not him.
I don't know. He made some of these quarterback calls, and they all were ass.
Yeah,
I mean, I know he did not expect to be in that quarterback situation, because he probably took the job with feeling very, very good about having Andrew Luck as his quarterback. That probably was enticing to him, and then Luck pulled the rug from under and retired. So after that, it was a scramble on who was he going to get to carry out his offensive game plan, and he just struck out on everyone that he chose. Everyone he chose Wentz. I mean, so much so they had to go back and apologize to the owner. Like, I'm sorry, it was a bad mistake. And Matt Ryan didn't work out for him, so I feel bad, but he had a little say in some of that.
Their owner wants the role like a Jerry Jones. He wants his input to be the end all beat all. I understand you're the owner, but let the football guys do the football job. All right. You had Carson Wentz there. You had a dynamic run game. Even though Carson Wentz you didn't like him as an owner, you gotta let the head coach deal with that stuff. You let the head coach deal with that stuff. You brought in Matt Ryan. You said, "Oh, Matty Ryan can make all the throws." Now he's on the bench, and now you're fired a coach. Like this franchise is so much disarray. I wouldn't even be surprised if they traded their prize a running back because they need picks. Because right now it makes no sense to fire a head coach when your team is in rebuilding mode. Your team is the coach. Let's be honest. The coach are in rebuild mode, right? And you need somebody that has a vision for your team. Now you fire him, you won't have somebody for a vision. Should we bring in Frank Wright? Hell no. Somebody said if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, what are we bringing him in for? That's my whole question. He's coming from he could be a consultant all day. I'm cool with that, but like you said, Pat, they're dysfunctional as hell over there in Indy. So I mean, it's not really a good look for any coach at this point.
They got a couple good players, but that franchise, man, since Andrew Luck
the front office has some issues.
Definitely.
Yeah, front office. I definitely agree with that. But I was listening to Ike. Ike kind of gave me a different take on it because I was with you guys. Like, nah, we really don't need him. I mean, our everything's going great. I love Steichen. I love what he's doing with the offense. I love how he has married this offensive scheme to our quarterback. I love his play calling now. He's done an excellent job. So I was thinking initially, like, no, we don't need Frank Wright. We don't need Frank Wright. But Ike Reese on Sports Talk today brought up an interesting point. Our Philadelphia Eagles, 8-0, hot team. And you know how this business goes. They're going to start plucking from our coaching staff. Mm-hmm. You better know it.
Andy Reid tree.
Right, that Andy Reid tree. This thing is going so well, and everybody wants to get that next hot young talent. And all of our coaches are young.
They're looking for lightning in the bottle.
Yes, right. So Steichen is going to be a commodity, especially if we go all the way. He's going to be a commodity. Who do we have in the wings to take his place? And that's when I thought maybe we shouldn't be too hasty. Maybe if we have him in the building, I don't know what role, a consultant would be just fine for me right now. Somebody who's just in the building, not a coach per se or anything like that. But a consultant would be fine for me because of that. Like, we have to have I know nothing's etched in stone yet, but you have to make a contingency for it. Have a plan in case something happens. Yeah. And what better way to have his mentor in the building? And Frank Reich's still a good coach. I mean, he's still. I credit him a lot with the success of that Super Bowl team. So looking at it that way, I kind of looked at it differently and said, you know what, I wouldn't mind having him.
Well, Sirianni said he already does that for him. He's like,
right.
Of course I consult him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So he already is playing that role for Sirianni behind the scenes. He's continuing to mentor him. He's continuing to get consultation. So, I mean, that's not a far-fetched deal, but in terms of actually taking some type of coaching position, I can't see Frank Wright not being at the head of some team in 2023. It's just not going to happen. He's getting snapped up. He's going
to be somewhere. He's going to be offensive coordinator. He's going to be doing something. Because no way in hell should you hire somebody right out the booth. I love Jeff Saturday. He's one of the best centers ever in football.
So what I'm hearing from you guys is the move by the owner after letting Frank Reich goes kind of takes a lot of the blame off of Frank Reich, right? I mean that's what I'm reading from you guys.
It goes
because
to
my initial thing was you don't get fired for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude was underachieving with a team that.
Well, not just that. If your philosophy's different, if y'all can't decide what's the best way to change the tide and have a successful team, you can get fired for that alone. Look how Doug got fired. He won a chip here.
Yeah, true that. True that. I get that.
I think the owner saw somebody hot at the time, right? Frank Wright just came over Super Bowl. You know, the coach they really wanted turned the job down from New England. They say, you know, let's take Frank because he's a hot commodity right now, and I think he can get this offense where it needs to be. Deep down inside, I don't think he really wanted Frank Wright. He did not want Frank Wright. So I think that this was the way to get rid of him.
Y'all are lit down there.
You saw that? I think that was just a way to get rid of him because you got players. Yeah, Jamar say is drunk.
Go ahead.
Yo, you have players on the coaching staff. Reggie Wayne is part of the coaching staff. Why doesn't he get a shot? Why you have to go to somebody that's actually in the booth, right? That's an ESPN.
Well, I don't blame him for that. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think the dude is off his rocker.
Coordinator. They didn't know who was going to call plays until a day ago.
They got
a 30-year-old calling plays for the first time ever. That makes absolutely no sense.
Stop.
Jeff Saturday, the new head coach for the Colts, has a 30-year-old who never called plays a day in his life calling the plays this Sunday for the Colts.
Well, my take on Jeff Saturday is he's interim. I don't know. I mean, I know Irsay is crazy. I do get that.
Yeah.
So
nuts.
but his insanity would show up full-fledged if Jeff Saturday kept that job past this season. See, it wasn't that bad to me. I was like, all right, it's just the end of the season. You know what I mean? Like, this season is over. I mean, it's over.
You wasn't on the coaching staff.
Right, it's over.
For somebody on the coaching staff to be the intern. You have capable guys on this coaching staff. I don't even know why the heck I'm talking about the coach.
I mean, but when they fired, they only fired the coach, right? They didn't get rid of the whole staff, did they?
No, they fired the coach, and I think they got rid of the offensive coordinator last week. Last week they fired the offensive coordinator. This week they fired the coach.
All right, so he has the remaining coaching staff in place. That's his coaching staff, right? Whoever was left in the building. All right, well,
we gotta get who's first in our building, Dante. You slipping?
Say what?
Who's first in our building?
Who's first?
Yeah, our family out there.
I got you, Dante.
Oh, get it.
Who was first in the room?
There you go.
Oh yeah. All right. I'm totally missing. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Who's all right, first? Yeah. I'm like,
I was going to that, but you threw me off. Like, yo. All right, guys, let me get you guys involved. Although you are already involved, I see you chatting it up in the chat room. But who's first in the room tonight was Tony Barron, the resident from down under. What's up?
Is he here yet? Is he here yet? Is he?
Oh yeah, have you come over yet, Tony? Because we definitely got to get together. Let us know when you are stateside. Second person in the room is Drexel Davis, and Drexel Davis says, "Good evening, Drexel. What's up? You guys ready for this debate? Because it's going to be on in the second quarter." Dion Jones says, "Yo, what's up? Yo, Dion, what's going on?" Benjamin, let me stop right now. If you guys, anybody that's watching this program, if you are not following Eagles Talk on Facebook, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? That's the first requirement to even be on here. You need to be following us. So if you haven't done so yet, if you have the luxury of watching us from one of your Eagle groups that we share this program to, go to the Eagles Talk page and follow us. Give us that like, please. We can use that. Give us that like. So James Fripp is in the house. He said, "What's up, Bird Gang? This should be interesting." Yeah, James, it's going to be interesting. Drexel Davis has already thrown his hat in the ring. He says 2017 Eagles. Okay, all right, we'll see. And there's no clear-cut winner here, but we're going to have fun discussing it and debating it. Bill Crow says, "What's up, Eagles family?" What's up, Bill? Bill is one. He hit me up on the messenger. He's like, "Yo, y'all coming on?" I'm like, "Yeah, we coming, Bill. We coming." Wade Anthony Thomas, what's up, family? What's up? Benjamin says, whooped. JT's in the house. JT said, bringing it. Yeah. And Tyrone's in the house. He said, what's up, fam? I got to get to Sean Miller. Sean Miller's also in the house. He said, that would be a good game, but I would bet on the 2017 Birds. Their momentum was phenomenal. All right. Okay. So we only got about a half a minute. We're going to get into this debate because we started on Sunday, and I asked the question, who you think will win, the 2017 Super Bowl Eagles or this team here, the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles? I think both rosters are very, very talented, and I thought it'd be a topic of discussion that would be lively. All right, so somebody suggested, you know what? We need more than a quarter to discuss this. So we're going to dedicate most of this show to that. And I got the rosters up. I'm ready. I'm ready with what you want to do. All right, that's the end of the first quarter, Pat.
And that's the end of the quarter.
So that's the end of the first quarter. You are watching Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around. That's by us fans, for us fans. This is just us. It's for us, by us. And we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, in such a relaxed and social manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. And Pat, you know, he may not be around for the end of the game. I don't know, but he's starting off with this Uncle Nearest.
Wifey said that you're going to be asleep by 9:30, so she would know.
Yes, he's going to be out, but he's going to make it a lively discussion. You know what? I miss the Sandlin boys after 2 or 3 shots going at each other. Like, you know, they were like, sometimes they would be almost at each other's neck. But this is going to be a lively conversation with Pat having 2 shots in. All right, so Pat is doing the Uncle Nearest 1856 100 proof. Michelle is doing the Patron Cafe, and I am sipping on a Heineken 0.0.
I got to tell you, that's been sitting in there for a little bit, and it's like the aroma that comes out with it. Eat sip.
All right, why don't you rub it in? Why don't you?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let me know what you're drinking out there, and whatever you do, please drink responsibly. So here we go to our Philadelphia Eagles down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the second quarter.
All right, who y'all got?
Asking us we going to the game. You got tickets for us, bro?
Who that?
Bird Gang.
Oh, Bird Gang.
Yo.
Oh, the Monday night game. We got to work. We can't go to the game. All of us got to.
Monday night games are tough.
Yeah,
You got to plan for that, and like no meetings Tuesday before 12 or 1 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Like, we grown.
Yeah. Yeah, we home.
Responsibilities.
All right.
All right, 2017, 2022. Bird Gang already threw his name, his team in the hat.
Oh,
look,
shucks.
This is 2 talented teams. We know how talented the 2017 team is because they won the whole thing. They won the Super Bowl.
Yes, they did.
Went on a 9-game winning streak. They were what, 11 and what were they when Wentz got hurt?
13. They were 11-1, I think. 11-2.
11-1 with 11-1. 11-1.
Mm-hmm.
They were something like 11-1 before.
After that.
Okay, 11-2. Yeah, 11-2. You're right. 11-2. Wentz went down. He was playing out of his mind. He was a front runner for MVP that year. And for this hypothetical situation, we took a mini poll on Sunday, and the crowd decided to start pre-injury Wentz in this hypothetical game against the 2022 team, the undefeated team. So the quarterback for the 2017 team is going to be pre-injury Wentz, and facing our very own Jalen Hurts, who is a top MVP candidate himself this year. He's having a remarkable year, improved in every category. I think statistically he may even be doing better than Wentz, except for throwing touchdowns, passing touchdowns. I think Wentz had more, but he's less turnovers, higher completion. Yeah, more. I mean, a better completion percentage, fewer turnovers. I said that. I
Mhm.
think more rushing yards. So Jalen Hurts is playing out of his mind also. So now we have those two quarterbacks are quarterback in these teams that we're going to debate about. Who do you give the nod to? Who would you give the nod to? Let's start there. Like, who would you give the nod to quarterback
So
play wise?
quarterback wise, so let's bring this up because in 2017, that 2016 year, we thought we had something special with rookie Carson Wentz. She said, "Oh, we got our franchise quarterback. It's Wentz Wednesdays." 2017, he showed his ass. To be honest, Wentz
He did. He
showed his
balled.
ass. He balled.
Yeah.
You couldn't tackle him. You remember when we played against Washington? He broke out of that. It's like, yo, what? He threw that bomb to Mac Hollins. He was a magician. He threw a strike. I'm not talking about 2017 right now. I'm talking about another year. He threw a strike to Miles Sanders in the back of the end zone that went through like 3 defenders' arms. So we thought we were getting the next coming of Aaron Rodgers, whatever type quarterback, Brett Favre. We thought we was getting that type of quarterback. We anointed him the next generational talent. That's how good he was in that 11-game win stretch. In those 13 games that he got opportunity to play, even in those 2 losses, you remember when we played Seattle, we lost against Seattle, he threw a pass down to Nelson Aguilar, falling down to the ground.
That was a great
That's
pass.
a 35-yard
That was
time.
a great.
That was a great
Yeah.
pass.
Right?
I actually remember that play too.
Yeah, I remember
vividly.
that. Yeah.
So it was when you comparing the quarterbacks, yes, we could compare the stats, the QBR, the rating, but what does the eye test tell you at this point at the juncture of the time, right? Wentz was the shit. he was literally, the best quarterback in the league, hands down, before he got injured.
All right, I'm just going to say right now, I'm picking a 2022 team. So take this right here. This is imagine this is my cup of tea, and then picture me as Kermit.
Well,
I don't know how you pick
I only give the edge to Hurts because he's a more complete evolution of himself. Wentz, don't get it twisted. Wentz balled out. He played lights out. But to some of the points that Dante brought up about efficiency with the ball, not turning it over, those types of things, that's where I kind of give just a slight edge to Hurts.
And what I'm going to bring into the debate or the conversation here is that Wentz would be going up against a secondary that is the tops in this league, a passing defense that don't play that. I don't know who he's going to throw the ball to. Please explain to me who is he going to complete a pass to him, because it's not going to be
Zach
on
Ertz.
Slay or
Corey Clement. They're gonna run the ball down.
it's not going to be.
Honest.
That's what they're going to have to do. So we're going to take
Blunt.
Wentz is not going to be a part of the equation.
Oh yeah,
if they're
that's when we
facing
had
this-
Drew Staley, over in charge of the running back course. So we was running all over everybody at will. That's we
and that
really
would be
were.
their best. That would be their best approach to try to score on this defense here is to
So-
run the ball,
So
because
who
I
got
don't
the
think
edge?
passing they would do it. The edge,
No,
passing-
quarterback first and foremost. Who has the edge? The 2017.
I think Jalen Hurts gets the edge because he's going up against
Ah.
two cornerbacks, a secondary that the double fake was killing them every freaking game of every game that season, and especially in the Super Bowl when we gave up 500 yards. So yeah, I
He's the
think
one.
Didn't give up.
I
Dude.
think
He's the one though. So that's
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Listen, I'm still giving Wentz that 13-game stretch. I'm still giving Carson Wentz the edge. I
That's
love
fair.
Jalen Hurts.
I think it's
Don't
kind
get
of
it
even
twisted.
to be
It
honest.
is
with you.
kind of even because Carson Wentz only threw 7 interceptions that year. He
Mhm.
still holds the record for Eagles touchdowns at 33.
Mhm.
yeah,
He
that
threw
was good.
33
He had-
touchdowns and was second in the league in touchdown passes, and he was gone for 4 games.
and he missed the last 4 games. So
Yes.
yeah, I'll give him that. But again, he would be facing.
But we're
this
doing
defense
team.
here.
You're doing, I guess, quarterback by quarterback. You can give
Mhm.
the edge of wins, but you're doing team by team.
Then you gotta go to backup quarterback. We can't do that.
Oh no, we can't.
Nah,
do
this-
that.
No, they definitely had the better backup quarterback. Like,
Yeah, they
hands
definitely had the
down,
better
hands
backup.
down, hands down.
But our debate is not who's the better team; it's who would win versus one another. Like that's a whole nother conversation. If we were going to say who's the better team, that's when we go roster position. But when you even if we go
If they
position
played each
position,
other, who would
yeah,
win?
if we
breaking
played
down
each other,
by position.
right?
It's
So if
almost
you
the same
play each
offensive
other,
line. I mean, you still got to realize you still
Right.
got the top offensive line both years.
I know. But what I'm saying is
That
that we're
secondary
not
wasn't
just
that great though.
comparing quarterback versus quarterback. You got to take the quarterback versus this defense. That's what he's going to have to play against. We're not
Okay.
talking
Yeah,
about
if
who's the better quarterback.
2017
Yeah,
played against this Eagles,
right.
yeah,
So we talking
Wentz
about
might
Wentz
not
going up
have a
against this
lights out
secondary.
game.
I'm thinking all short passes because John Van Gannon is going to play his defensive back 6 yards off the ball. So short passes.
Jonathan Gannon.
Uh-huh.
Are you talking about Jonathan Gannon playing 6 yards off the ball?
It's
We ain't
his
talking about
defense.
Swartz.
His
We're not
defense.
talking about Swartz.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
We're not talking about Swartz playing 20 yards off the ball.
all right, it's even. It's even. All right, it's even.
Look,
What,
you broke him down.
Are you kidding me? Are you
broke him
kidding me?
down. I know. Swartzy.
It's even.
Swartz started that. That's why we're so angry at JG, because we were tired of seeing it with Swartz. We were tired of seeing that with Swartz. Everybody playing so far off. Are you kidding me? And Jonathan Gannon's defense is causing more turnovers, getting more pressure, and bringing the quarterback down to the ground more than any of Swartz's defenses over those years. So that's my take on that. But I say the edge goes to Jalen Hurts. But you guys let me know out there. Carson Wentz versus the 22 secondary or 22 defense, and Jalen Hurts versus the 2017 defense. Who you think gets over? I just think Jalen does. I'm sorry. What I do like about the 2017 team is the coaching staff, because you got to go to that too. We're talking about who would win in a game, so everything comes into play. So we got to talk about. We just talked about Frank Reich for a whole quarter there. Frank Reich was the offensive coordinator and for that 2017 team, and the play design on that team was phenomenal. I loved it. I mean, especially in the Super Bowl. Come on, they did a hell of a job. And Frank Reich at that time got the most that he could get out of Carson Wentz in this offense, and they pivoted almost very, very similar to what Sirianni did last year with the first 7 games, and pivoting to the run game. Frank Reich did the same exact thing after game 3 when they ran the ball like 3 times, and he realized, hey, we got a running game. And all of a sudden we ran the ball and led the league in rushing that year. So that I think would bode well for the 2017 team against a defense of ours, especially without the big man. But for this hypothetical situation, the big man is there.
So
the big man is there.
We handled listen, we destroyed the number 1 defense, Denver Broncos, who had the top corners in the league at that time. You remember that, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we talking about Slay and Bradbury, we played the Denver Broncos. What we put up against them?
Put up a 50 burger.
All right, that's a show. We start taking shots. So I have no confidence in our team. Now thinking back to that, you think back to that actual physical game and say we're going against the number 1 defense as far as rush and pass in the league, and we put a 50 burger on these dudes. So I have confidence in that 2017 team.
All right. Okay. All right. So, so far, you guys out there, we're debating. What say you? Let me go to some comments out here. Is that the end of the quarter? Did I hear the end of the quarter?
Yeah,
that is the end of the quarter.
And
that's the end of the quarter.
All right, so that's the end of the second quarter. We're still debating 2017 versus 2022. Who would win that game? On Eagles Talk, we're discussing this, where we like to talk about our favorite football team and understand one thing. And I have to say this all the time. It's in my contract. We are the most unique Eagles coverage show around. That's by Eagles fans, for Eagles fans. And here we like to talk about our favorite football team. This time we're talking about 2 of our favorite football teams, the 2017 team and this year's 2022 team, in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Get your shots ready. And whatever you do, make sure you drink responsibly. I'm not drinking. I'm doing the Heineken 0.0.
It's my last
Pat
shot.
is doing the Uncle Nearest 1856, 100 proof. And Michelle is doing the Patron Cafe. And let me know what you're doing out there. So let's do this. down the hatch to our Philadelphia Eagles. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the third quarter.
See, all right, Gary Paul just jumped in the conversation. This is good, right?
All right.
He says, look at that. Shady, Tom Brady wouldn't put up 500 yards against these D-backs.
Negative. Absolutely
Negative.
right. Absolutely right.
You're right. He put up 450.
Yeah, right. Nah.
Nah. Mm-mm.
Nah.
Nah.
This defense is better. I think this defense is better. I do. I think this defense is better. At least it's a better scheme, because we talked about, or at least I talk about for the past few years, seeing the defenses of old, and this is as close as we've gotten in a few years to looking like a defense of old. Yeah, he has those stretches where he plays that passive defense and tries to keep everything in front of him. But for the most part, we've seen way more pressure on the quarterback, way more sacks and turnovers by the secondary than we've seen from any Eagles defense in the past 5 years, I would say. So that's a welcome. I'm not going to compare him to Jim Johnson's defenses or Buddy Ryan's defenses. They're not quite on that level in my opinion, but this is a very exciting defense this year. This is a very exciting defense this year.
Yeah. If we get our tackling together, because we have such a high turnover ratio, because they're always going for the strip, they're always going for the turnover, and they're not doing the fundamentals of tackling. If we get that together and they can still keep that high production with the turnovers, you're not stopping them.
See, that's the thing. We talk about this year's defense tackling. 2017 defense tackled. Regardless of how far they played off the ball, they tackled. Jalen Mills, who was our corner, who should have just always been a safety, was actually a legit tackler. He was an actually cool corner until we got exposed for the double moves. You go back, look at our linebackers, look at our defensive line. Every time somebody got hit, it went down. It went down. It was no second guessing, oh, this defense can't tackle. The only thing we were upset about was the corners being aggressive. That's the only thing we were really upset about that 2017, the aggressiveness of our corners and playing sticks defense. We hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think that was their call. That was Schwartz's call. And that's why I think that we get the edge, because Jalen eats that up, just like every other good quarterback we faced that year. I mean, they eat up that soft giving up, underneath pass, everything in front of you, is playing 20 yards off and keeping everything in front of you.
But let's realize that 2017, even though they played soft, right? They were good at stripping the ball, getting turnovers, and turn those turnovers into touchdowns.
Who?
That 2017 team.
He said who?
Oh,
What are we talking about?
I thought he was talking about the 22. That's why I said who. Like
Who?
Like which
know
one?
2017.
They both are good.
2017 was a very good defense, even though we didn't realize it was a good defense. They turned the ball over. They got after the quarterback, and they scored on defense.
How many touchdowns did the 2017 defense have?
I'm about to pull it up now.
2017
Come on,
Stat Pat.
Eagles stats.
Here we go.
Let's
Got it
You got
bring
it?
the numbers. Bring the numbers.
So, this is 2022 team. I'm sorry. They're actually. Let me say this before you go to those stats. They're actually very compatible as far as points per game and points against per game. I think 2017, 2018 team both put up 28 points per game. The 2018 team only allowed 18 points per game. The 2016 team is allowing 16.
Hold up. What? Say again?
Yeah, I know. I was confused by that. We're only doing 2017 and 2022.
Yeah, we only
None
do
of them other years
2017.
matter.
That's the 2016?
Yeah, what are you doing?
2017.
No,
Yeah,
2017.
The 2017 Philadelphia Eagles gave up a total of 18 points per game.
And what?
The
Okay.
2022 Eagles team right now with 8 games played only have given up 16 points per game.
Okay, so that's on points.
All right, 16.
Touchdowns. How many times did the 2017 defense score versus what we have right now?
All right, so they scored on let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 5 defensive touchdowns.
For the entire season?
Yeah, 5 defensive touchdowns.
And how many do we have now?
You had Fletcher Cox return a fumble for a touchdown. You had Brandon Graham. No, you had
And that was 2017.
Nigel Bradden recover a fumble for a touchdown.
And how many do we have now in
Jalen Mills
2022?
interception for a touchdown. Malcolm Jenkins return for a touchdown.
Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And for the 2022 team, as far as defense wise, they have a combined 1. They have 1. James Bradbury.
So we have 1 defensive touchdown. I feel like we had like 2 or 3.
I feel like we got 2 too. I feel like we got 2.
Yeah, no, that doesn't even seem right.
Yeah, I feel like we have 2 touchdowns on defense.
Yeah, at least 2.
Mm.
We've had so many turnovers. Maybe it feels like more.
Right.
Yeah, only 2.
Yeah, so we've had 2, and it's 8 games. And how many games we got left?
I'm sorry, only
Yeah.
1. Only 1 on defense. 1 on defense.
Okay.
And that's a James Bradbury pick. That's it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, BG had a return for a touchdown also. So that's 5 defensive touchdowns in 2017 compared to 1 right now. I know it's only 8 games, and it's hard to compare that.
How many?
I know we're
Give me the turnover. How many turnovers did the defense force in 2017? I think they 8 kind of. I got the feeling that they 8.
all right. So they 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 11, 12, 15, 17, 18.
18 turnovers
18 turnovers.
for all of 2017.
All 2017.
Don't we have 15 right now?
We got a lot now. How many we got now?
For our defensive team
For 2022.
for 2022, we have. Does that say 12?
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I'm telling you, we got
That's
a lot
what
of
I'm
turnovers.
saying.
We
Like,
got 12 with 1 touchdown. 1 touchdown though.
Right, but
Yeah.
still, look how many.
I mean, we
got
are
12
plus. Yeah, we are
We're
plus
turnovers
plus
16.
in
16.
8 games. So by the end of the season, we easily going to have like 20 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
with 1 touchdown.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter. We
offense's
taking
job
the
to
ball
score.
away from them.
It
Are
is
you
the
kidding me?
offense's job to score, but we got 20 turnover. We're going to have at least 20 turnovers this year.
Yeah, this is
Look
how
it.
many turnovers are converted
Look
to
it.
points. And
I'm
yeah,
still
look,
taking
Ed, that's a good
2017.
question. Ed said, how many turnovers were converted to points? That's
5. Well, we converted at a high clip. It was 5 of
yeah.
them. We
I'm
scored
talking
5
about this.
touchdowns off
No.
defense. Then we had the
When
big
the
one
defense
in the
turns the
championship
when the
game.
defense gets the turnovers, how many of those turnovers did the offense turn into points? That's what I'm talking
Yes.
about.
How
That's what
many
we're
times
talking
the
about.
offense did they do their job?
Well, that's a paid intern's job.
He's like, I'm done. I'm done. Stat
Look,
Pat is
and
off
I had-
the clock.
I
To go
had
to
Got
some
the
comments
tomorrow,
out there.
y'all. He's finished.
Jeremiah
had
says
two
we're
touchdowns to
judging
prove.
22 team on 8 games. This defense is better and will get more turnovers.
I believe it.
Yes. Ed says we're plus 16 on turnovers this year, and this,
Yeah.
we're
at Tony.
8 games in. We got a lot of turnovers
Tony, dig
already.
this stat up. I mean,
How many
Pat,
how many ice creams did they have in 2017, Pat?
Well, they won
Look
a
up
Super
that.
Bowl, so they had an infinity. All right, they won a Super Bowl.
Pat,
Denise
2022
says
is trying to get with the 2017 teams. I'm
we
sorry.
might get that many against the Commanders alone on Monday. All right,
listen.
give me the stats. I mean, not the stats, the sacks. How many sacks did that team have as compared to this team this year?
Oh wow, that's a lot. That team had damn near 50 sacks.
Shit, we got 9. We got 9 in one game on this
Yeah, we
team.
did.
Thank you, Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
That 2017 had 38 sacks.
And what we got so
38
far?
sacks.
I'm
That's
sorry,
a-
that's
good.
offense. I'm sorry, that's offense. Where is this at?
Well, I'm about to say
Different
that's
ratio.
impressive because I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's defensive splits. So
Let me look
We
up these
had
stats. Pat he can't even read them right. I don't think he's looking at the right thing.
no. We had 17. We had 17 sacks at home. We had 21 sacks away for a total of 38 total sacks.
And how many sacks are we at right now? Well, we got 22. Thanks, Ed.
There we go. We do got a lot of
We
sacks.
got 22.
It's because of that 9-sack game. Let's be honest. What that 9-sack
22.
game?
Thanks, Carson Wentz.
And 9 more on Monday night. That's what Isaac says. We get 9 more.
We
Ed
might
said,
get
I think
5.
the shots got him.
Yeah, the shots do got me.
All right.
Y'all don't understand. Like, it's 22 right now. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. It's 26.
My phone is trolling me about Eagles tickets, and Ticketmaster just sent a push notification. Eagles tickets for
Yeah.
that game Monday night. I'm like, why are you listening to our conversation?
I know. They always, man.
Dude.
Yo.
I am sweating. Babe,
You
turn that-
You sweating?
Yeah.
Steph,
All right,
turn
look,
the
James.
fan on for him.
Let's talk
You
about
got a
these
fan?
linebackers. This is a good one.
Trust. That is a good
Oh,
one.
definitely.
Now, I think this would be probably a push because, in my opinion, we have some very, very athletic linebackers now. They're not as hefty as the linebackers of 2017, but this is a passing league, and I think this team was constructed on defense for the linebackers to be able to cover these pass catching tight ends and to combat the pass attack that we see all across the league now. Not that there was any less passing going on in 2017, but that team were run stopping linebackers.
Yeah.
They were sturdy
Kendricks,
against the run. Yes.
Nigel Bradham, Jordan Hicks before
And
he got
Jordan
injured.
Hicks.
You know, then Corey Nelson stepped in. Like we had some dynamic linebackers. Don't get me wrong. I love the linebackers that we have today, but they're losing the battle of tackling. These guys tackle. When they hit you, you were going down.
Yeah.
Michael Kendricks was the guy that covered the tight end. Even though he's small, he had the speed to stay on the tight end, and therefore, you know, he took that away. He basically took that away. Jordan Hicks had the ability to cover the tight end and the running back out the backfield. You know, his versatility was unprecedented. Like if he wouldn't got injured, I think he'd been an All-Pro. Nigel Bradham, besides putting
he
the gun
played out his mind.
He definitely played out his mind. He scored a touchdown too. And you saw how slow he was.
Yeah.
But you know what? He laid the wood.
Now, with the speed on this team, how effective would those linebackers be against the speed on this team? Because, again, they were built for the run. They were built more for the run than they were for the pass. And we are a very fast team in our skill position. So how would that linebacker crew do up against our skill position?
Yo, so I think our linebackers against the skill position will match up well. Just to let you know, Jordan Hicks was actually our starting linebacker that year. He got injured, so when he got injured, you know, that's when they switched up and added some other linebacker depth to the roster. I forget who they added. Darnell Ellerby, I think it was. Yeah, it was Darnell Ellerby who they added to the linebacker, and Corey Nelson was here too because he got burned in that Vikings game. But anyway, I still remember that.
I felt that struck a chord with Pat.
Dumbass. Because he's not even looking at the play. He's looking over there. He's still
mad.
I know all the plays from the Vikings game. Like I'm literally looking at him like, yo, get ready. The tight end is coming right at you. And the tight end came right at him, did a post to the touchdown, gave up 7 points. And that momentum was going with the Vikings at that time. And I'm like, damn, we're gonna lose at home. We're gonna lose to the doggone Minnesota Vikings with a backup quarterback.
Our YouTube, James and WOL for life.
Yeah,
they got some good comments coming, and I see.
Right, I see. Questions: who was running RPOs in 2017? We were.
We innovated, right.
But we weren't. Our RPOs now are on steroids. Yeah. Our RPOs now are triple option RPOs, yo.
But what we got that from? We ended the quarter, right? We ended the quarter recording.
Yeah, in the quarter.
And that's
so
we got that from
the Chip Kelly era. Because you remember, he specifically wanted Sam Bradford and to get rid of Michael Vick. Michael Vick is the perfect quarterback to run an RPO.
I know.
But you wanted Sam Bradford to run the RPO.
which
The,
makes zero sense whatsoever. That's
none
why
at
his
all.
tenure here was short lived. Like, come
Sammy
on.
Sleeves, yeah.
And that's why it doesn't matter. I mean, not doesn't matter. That's why I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Anyway, all right. I was about to go back to the Nick Sirianni or Howie, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. All right, let's not do that. All right, okay. So that's the end of the third quarter. You are watching Eagles Talk,
Folks,
the
I'm
most
doing
unique Eagles
Feeling
coverage show. All right.
I've been drinking. I've been drinking. I'm
And
not
here
doing
on
I feel like
Eagles
Herschel
Talk.
in front of the light showing my jaw. I'm sorry.
All right, so we like to talk about our favorite football team, and now we're having a debate, as you know, 2017 team versus the 2022 team, and I still got 2022 team. I know the 2017 team. They won the Super Bowl.
I
How
got
could you
something for
not?
you in the next quarter. I got
Well,
something
J-
for you
All right.
right
James
now.
James brought up a good point that they 2017 had better special teams. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. Yeah, that was
That's
your
damn
ace in the
sure.
hole.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. There's
That was your
Sproles.
ace. He stole
was
your
the ace.
thunder. You stealing Pat's thunder, James. I like the
right.
lion. Leo's in the house.
Listen, if it
Here
wasn't
we
for
go.
Chip Kelly, we wouldn't be where we at right now. So let's get that out the way. I know
Yeah, no
everybody hates
doubt.
the thing about Chip Kelly, but Chip Kelly, you needed Chip Kelly in order for us to win Super Bowl. So in order for us to sprint and run, we needed to crawl. So we needed some.
We didn't have to crawl with him, no.
Hey man, listen, he brought in
No,
Lane
what Chip? Only thing I credit Chip Kelly with is turning
Johnson.
Howie into a beast.
Yeah, that too. He did turn.
He
into
was
a-
responsible for turning Howie into a beast. When they
Mhm.
when they let Howie out of that closet down the hall, he came out like a savage beast.
He
And
did.
he's been like that ever since. He went right to work and rebuilt that roster and in record time, because when Chip left,
Still, he
it
got
was
rid of
he
Shady.
just
I'm still mad
yes,
about
he
that.
got rid of all of our talented, skilled position players. Chip Kelly let walk out the door, and Howie came
Never
out
forgive
and
him,
repaired that
Robin. I
in
agree.
record time. It was incredible, man. So that's the credit. That's the only credit I give to Chip Kelly, man. And he kept us healthy with
That's
the shape.
it.
Okay,
That's
all right.
it.
That's about
That's
it.
it.
All right, so you're
That's it.
watching Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around. That's by Eagles fans, for Eagles fans. We're going to continue this debate into the fourth quarter. Who wins the game, 2017 Eagles or the 2022 Eagles? The Super Bowl team versus the undefeated team.
Overtime. It's going into double overtime.
It's
at
going
that.
to double overtime. All right, here we go. And we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. I'm not drinking this month. I'm in my sobriety month, so I'm sipping on the Heineken 00. Well, really
This is my
not
birthday
anymore. It's all
month. So
done.
just
All
like
right.
last one was his.
Pat-
it's my birthday month.
Hey.
Pat is partaking in the Uncle Nearest 1856 100 proof. We are expecting him. Let's start taking the odds on when Pat passes out. I'm only kidding. All right, so and
If
Michelle is doing
it's 9:30. I'm
the
done. I'm done. I'm going back to my regular coffee now. I had the shot, so now
Michelle's back on the
finish.
coffee,
Yeah.
and you guys let me know what you're doing out there. But whatever you do,
Everybody knows
please
what I'm
drink
doing.
responsibly. Okay. All right. So
Duncan,
for
can
our
we get some
Philadelphia Eagles,
sponsorships? You know,
yes.
little coffee wake up.
I know
Down
y'all
the
get
hatch.
cocaine.
3, 2, 1.
You're
How
now
Dion
listening
want to
to
say
the
he wasn't drinking, and now he's talking about some Casamigos?
He got the Casamigos.
That's that.
This is always appropriate. This is always appropriate.
Casamigos, cheers.
always.
I like Casamigos. I like the Raspado, though.
Reposado.
I like the Reposado. Reposado. I like that. I don't like the Blanco.
That he's drinking.
I know. I don't like the Blanco.
Please drink responsibly. Do not
yes,
drink
whatever
and
you do.
drive. Call an Uber. Call a Lyft. Call your mama.
Yeah. All right. So, Isaac said he's doing shots of Yellow Root. What's that?
Yellow Root.
It's like a
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
okay. I know
like
what the
a
Yellow Root is.
immunity booster.
That's like
What's an
Jamaican thing,
Alabama
right?
sweet tea? Is that a drink or is
Sounds
that just?
delicious.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
don't want that.
Oh yeah. All right. So Ed is drinking an Alabama
My
sweet tea. Let
bad,
me go to some
Dion.
comments because I want to hear what you guys have to say. We've been talking about and we've been going back and forth, but right now, all right, Robert is voting for the 2017 team. Let me know what your team is thus far. You've heard the debate, you've heard the argument on both sides. What do you think? Ed says the defense was a fit. 45 minutes a game on the field would do that.
Yes, they were. They're talking about Chip Kelly.
Chef told us earlier in the show that he was always down with 2017.
Yes.
As we all are. I think I
2017
love
is
them
winning,
too.
though.
I mean, they won. They
2017
won
is
our.
winning.
Yeah, they
take a
won,
poll.
man.
We got actually literally take a poll.
Yeah. So
we
I
should.
mean,
Let's do a Facebook poll or a Twitter poll. I could put up a Twitter poll.
Imagine if
all right,
JJ
yeah.
had the pause.
All right, we're gonna say what? What
Yo,
you say?
you flag on the play.
What? I missed it.
Pat,
Where?
no, Pat is done.
Flag on the
We're not repeating any of that. All right, keep it going.
Oh man.
All right. Okay. Gary Paul. No, we got some. Hey, you guys that are following on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button and that like button.
Yes.
Please. We need all of that. We need all that. Okay. Gary Paul says 2022 wins easily. There it is, right there. That's all I need to see. This guy is the
Texans.
He is the fan of tonight. He gets the fan of the night award. 2022 team wins easily. Hurts can do everything Foles can do. Plus, Hurts can run. Foles scrambles
Anything
like
you
he's in a
do, I can do
wheelchair.
better.
But Foles threw 7 touchdowns in the game. Hurts has it.
Wayne is out there. Wayne says Pat is flagged for illegal use of
Ooh.
rum.
I'm not using rum. I'm
He's
drinking.
not even using rum. So
premium
now we have
whiskey.
to check. We have to check what you are partaking
drinking,
in,
Illegal
Wayne.
use of whiskey. I know, right? Because that is whiskey and not rum.
All right.
Please drink
Okay.
responsibly.
Oh man, this is hilarious.
Oh no, Dion is clarifying. He said, "No, dear wife. I said I wasn't participating in the debate, not the
I
shots."
said my bad. My bad. My
Okay,
bad.
all right. All right, so right now, I need to know 2017, 2022. We've been making our points here. This offense against the 2017 defense. Who wins? The 2017 offense versus this 2022 defense. Who wins? Who puts up the most points?
It's a tie. Well, Carson Wentz is getting picked off a few
He's
times.
getting picked off.
2022 offense versus 2017 defense. I have to give it to 22 offense.
Okay, so the 2017 offense against the 2022 defense.
I
who
gotta
you
give it
giving
to the 2017 offense.
So the
reason
offenses
why
for
the
both
reason why
teams
the reason why I
overcome
say
the
that
defenses of
yes
both
the
teams.
reason why I say that because
Fair
that
enough.
2017 offense somehow some way even though they have they're
going to run it at us.
they were balanced. They were completely, utterly balanced. They had 3 running backs that straight up attacked you.
Our run game was fire in
LeGarrette
2017.
Blount,
Don't
commits. They had 3 and Darren Sproles. Oh, we forget about Darren Sproles.
Don't forget Blunt got tossed up in there too.
Yeah, so you had
Sproles had our
4
special
running
teams
backs. You had
humming.
4 running backs that were
Humming.
dynamic in their own right. Then you had 3 wide receivers: Alshon Jeffrey, Torrey Smith. Then you had Nelson Aguilar, who decided to start catching all the babies.
Catching babies like
Man,
Aguilar.
I'm with James. James says I picked the 2022 team by a slim margin only because the play calling for the 2017 team was off the chain by a slim margin. I think that the 2017 team would run the ball.
Definitely.
Obviously, that would be their strength, right? I don't think that they would gain an advantage by throwing the ball against this 2022 team. It's just not. It's not a good mix. Our D-backs combined with the pass rush would neutralize the passing game to me, right? So the bread and butter of the 2017 team would be to run the ball, and that would play right into their best chance of winning, and that would be to keep the ball out of this offense's hands, because this offense can not only run the ball, they can pass the ball. There's really not a weakness in this offense. So that's where I would give the slight edge. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but I'm with Ed on. I mean James on
It's
this
going
one.
into overtime. It's
Yeah,
going
I
into
think it would
Put this game on
overtime.
Madden. I'm about to put this game on Madden right now.
Right?
Yeah.
and let the computer
People
play.
arguing in their households. They debating in their household. Jeremiah said his wife.
Come on,
said-
Dion.
are
Come on,
splitting it.
Dion.
Look, Dion, like, oh, I want to say so, but I'm not participating. Why? Why you not?
Right?
All right, check this out, Dion. Dion.
He's not
If
participating in the
after
debate.
If after 10 games we're still in the undefeated column, I need your answer. After 10 games.
You got 2 weeks.
All
and
right,
then you got it.
2 weeks, and then you got to pick.
Dion. Then you
James
gotta pick.
Nook Fripp says, I flipped 3 quarters, heads 2017, tails 2022. It's the only way I could decide. And 2022 won. Oh,
at that.
man.
Look at God.
Look at
But the 2017 version of Jake Elliott was better than the 2022 version of Jake Elliott.
the 2020, the 2017 version.
The special
Yeah,
teams,
well, we haven't. Look, how about this? This is why we haven't needed Jake Elliott in 2022. He's not needed. We've been killing people. What was the how about this stat? What's the margin of victory here?
I don't know. Man,
There is
Wow.
no mark. That's an overtime game, and it's coming down to the wire between a field goal or a 2-point conversion.
No, that's when we went on a run against the Giants. Remember? Because that 61-yard field goal compelled us to elite status. You say, you know what? We can run the table, and we went on the 8-game run where we won.
That started it too. That really did. I remember we were at a tailgate. We were at the tailgate, and we were preparing to do the post game. And while we were getting ready to go on the air,
we was on live.
Yeah, we were on live when he kicked the field goal. Yeah, we were on live, and he kicked the field goal, and so we caught the whole reaction of about 100 people at our tailgate, and it was bananas. Tony says, if you think it'd be close, then it'd come down to field goals. So who's more likely to miss from 55 plus yards?
I just said it.
Wow, that's a good one.
And I just
that
said
was a good
the
one.
2017 Jake was much better than the 2022 Jake. Even though the 2021 Jake was all pro, I mean, in a Pro Bowler, the 2027.
I don't know, man. I mean, he hit bigger.
Jake, he trying to make
bigger ones, but look, over the time, what have we found out about Jake? What does he do best? What are the field goals he's most likely to make?
Pressure kicks, deep kicks.
Deep pressure kicks.
Yes.
So I don't know. You know what I mean? That might even be a toss up.
I'm
But
taking the
that's the
2017.
end.
I'm taking
All right.
2017.
So we have solved nothing.
Jake, you ain't got nothing left
And
to
that's
say.
the end of the quarter.
He was automatic from.
All right, that's it. And
That's
at the
not
end of
it.
this,
We gotta go to overtime.
No, we're not going to overtime.
No, we ain't going to
You trying
overtime. We're
get
not
lit.
going.
You're not even going to stay awake from overtime. Stop.
Listen, I
Yo,
watched-
thank
I
you
watched
guys.
the
That was
finals
a
forever.
fun
Black Panther.
debate,
I
and
saw
we've
Black
solved
Panther.
nothing.
I got a feeling right
You
now.
didn't solve anything.
Not
No.
anything was solved tonight, but we did have a good time talking about
Get
it.
him,
And
Steph.
don't
Get
forget,
him all the way together. Snatch him up.
our he said, "Babe, you starting to slur." Robert says 2022 wins. I think the consensus on this line might be 20. I don't know.
2017 was.
Are we going to
split
do a poll? Are we going to do a
We could
Twitter
put a poll
poll?
up there. We could
Let's put a
definitely
poll up.
Let's put a poll up, and the Sunday we'll just announce the winner of the poll. Not Sundays, Monday. Monday we'll announce the winner of the poll. But in this debate here, it was a tie. It was a tie. Hey guys, enjoy your football Eagle-less Sunday. 2 Eagle-less Sundays in a row because we don't even play this Sunday. We have to wait until Monday night. But enjoy your Sunday
Can I get
off.
some
No
updates real
Eagles.
quick for some players.
Oh,
go ahead.
yes, an injury.
Sure.
Can you get it
So-
out?
Yeah. Jordan Davis. The expectations for him to be healthy and ready to go after that 4-week period, which will be the Tennessee game,
Mhm.
which we would definitely need him for. Derrick Henry. So hopefully he would be back at that game. And on an injury front right now, we're relatively healthy, which is a great thing.
It is amazing.
And I'm gonna make
I
this
got to
bold
give another look at
prediction.
God for that because we are
Yeah.
healthy.
I'm gonna give a bold
Halfway-
prediction. This team will tackle better this week.
They
Believe
better.
Yeah,
Mark it down.
they definitely, when Nick broke it down that they studied why their tackling was so bad, and he broke it down like, yeah, okay, the upside is we got all these turnovers and we've blown away the entire league in terms of turnovers, but the downside is we're not doing the fundamentals because all we're trying to do is get a turnover.
Right. All right, that makes a lot of
I
sense.
want to say,
All right,
this.
guys.
Are we going to be on Sunday?
No, we're
It's
not.
Monday.
It's
Oh, Monday.
It's
Monday.
Monday.
I want to
Yeah.
say this because a lot of team people, before we get out of here, a lot of people talking about our schedule and stuff of that nature. You mean
Right?
you have
This is
the
what I
Chiefs-
wanna
No,
say,
don't
actually.
start that. We can do that on
This is
Monday
what I got
night.
to say with
'Cause
all them scheduled
that's
people.
we don't. That's a longer discussion than
Yeah.
30 seconds. Yeah,
It
so
sure
I
is.
want to touch on that, but we'll touch on it Monday because they, I want to tell them where to go, but
That's
we'll tell them where to go
I
on
just
Monday.
did.
I'll tell them where to go on
I
Monday.
just did.
They
All
wanted
right.
to play Darth Vader and all them.
Yeah, I know, man. This is crazy, but
Schedule nerd.
and look, shout out to
Oh,
Shady
man.
man for holding it down for us on that. What's the show he's on? The Break, or what's it called?
The athlete,
Whatever show.
the athlete,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The Break.
athlete.
Yeah.
yeah.
That he holds it down for the Eagles on that show, man. And they got a Dallas hater on there. Shout out to Shady. Once an Eagle, always an Eagles, and
Yeah,
all-time
PA
great
boy
Eagle.
through and through
Yeah.
from the Berg, Harrisburg.
Speak. All right, there's Speak. All right, that's what it's called. Yeah, he holds us down on Speak.
Yes,
Yo.
yeah.
We're out. We're going to see you guys Monday night, an hour before kickoff. Make sure you're here and you're ready to get hyped so we can go kick those Commanders behind. We can't do a split. If we're as good as we say we are, we can't split with a team like them. We got to put them away.
Nah,
and,
we're putting them
and beat
away.
everybody that we're supposed to beat, man.
And everybody watch, besides share this replay. I saw some of y'all come in late. So watch the replay, share, like, and love us. Jalen Hurts episode of New Heights with the Kelsey brothers. I want to get y'all feedback on that on our Monday night show. So make sure y'all watch.
All right, I saw snippets, but I'll watch it in this pool. Also, I have to finish watching friend to the show, Chef Aaron McCargo, and his appearance on AB and who's it? AB and
AB and Pat Neely. Yes.
And Pat Neely. Yes. Great job. I started. I didn't finish it.
It was good.
I couldn't be there live. It was the wifey's birthday. I forgot, but I said I was going to be there, but I couldn't be there.
Happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you. I will.
Scorpio's rule.
Yeah.
After Leo's, but go ahead.
No, we let y'all breathe.
Yeah, no.
All right. Okay. All right. We're out of here, man. I'm going to go see Black Panther. So I'll let you know how that was. I'm out.
I can tell you right
I'm
now,
your man, Dante the Dark Knight. For Nichelle and Pat, we'll see you guys Monday. Be easy. Peace.